Hello, welcome to Spotlight on Souris, brought to you by WCG-TV Access Channel 12 right here in Souris, Manitoba. Today is January 6, 2017. My name is Laura Simons, and today we will be talking with the Mayor of the Municipality of Souris and Glenwood, Darryl Jackson. Welcome, Darryl.
Thank you very much.
So, tell me, it's a big year this year, 2017. What's happening this year for Souris?
Well, I think we should talk first about the being Canada's 150th birthday, and people are asking about what events we might have planned. We do have a small committee have been working in the fall, and so we have planned it for the June 30th to July 2nd weekend, which is traditionally when we let off the fireworks and so on, so it seemed like a great time to do it anyway. So basically what we have in order now is on the 30th, Friday the 30th, the Legion, of course, will have their meat draws and associated raffles. We would then encourage everybody to partake in one of our restaurants before heading over to the bowl and picking their favorite spot to watch the fireworks, whether it's on the hillside or on Crescent or Victoria Park Lodge, wherever they like to go.
Okay.
And there's going to be some musical entertainment prior to the fireworks this year. The name of the group escapes me, I'm sorry, but we do have a group booked. Okay. And then the fireworks normally goes off about 11 o'clock at night. So that would be Friday.
That's a full evening.
Yes, I believe so. Then Saturday we have, in the early planning stages, a full day of activity starting at 10 a.m. Carol Williams, our rec director, has some things coming in from Winnipeg. These are no charge items, which is good for the budget. Right. And lots of fun things for the kids to do starting at 10 a.m. in the bowl. Hopefully it'll be dry enough. All this snow we've got to melt, but anyway, we're keeping our fingers crossed as far as that goes. And there'll be activities all day long, right through to midnight. We're going to have a beer garden in the bowl, probably starting about 4 o'clock and running through to midnight. And there'll be a couple of different musical groups playing there, associated other activities.
That's on Saturday the 1st?
That's okay. Saturday the 1st. Okay. Sunday is still pretty wide open, so if somebody out there that's viewing this has an idea of something they might like to organize for us, or if they want to join our committee, they're more than welcome to do so. A beer growing contest is something that's been mentioned. The person mentioning it didn't want to take it on as a project, however, so that sort of thing would have to be done fairly quickly, because you would probably want to start at February 1 in order for the boys to get time for the whiskers to grow.
Right. Certainly. So
that's something that would have to happen pretty soon, but that's just an idea, and if somebody has something to bring forward, they can certainly call me at home, leave a message on my answering machine, or see me around town or whatever, or they could come to our next meeting, which is Wednesday, January 11th, at the basement of the Civic Center.
Okay. So how big is your committee right now?
About 7 members right now, but we'd certainly welcome more. It really doesn't hurt us to have some more people. Okay. Another talk on Sunday has been kind of a non-denominational church service, or hymns, maybe more of a hymn sing rather than church service down the park, on a nice morning. That might be quite in order, but that's just been thrown out there. We really haven't done any investigating as to logics for that.
So for further ideas, people can call you, and your phone number is?
483-3659.
Great, 3659. Okay. All right, so the committee is getting together on the January 11th, but you have been working for a number of
Yes,
months
we took December off, but we had about 3 meetings in the fall, about a month apart. So late September, late October, late November. We decided to take a break in December, and probably a good thing we did with all the storms that came up then.
Yes.
It would have been hard to get people together anyway.
Actually, it would have been hard to get into the center.
Yes.
I noticed the doors were blocked on that second snowstorm.
Yeah, it was wicked there for a few
awful
days.
Okay, so what else?
Well, that leads right into snow, and more snow. And of course, these 3 or 4 big blows and what have you that we've had have created a lot of work for our public works crew. I believe they're doing yeoman service in getting the snow cleared. It just takes a lot of time. We hired a couple of extra trucks, a couple of semis, so the loader could be working you know, not waiting for the truck to come back,
Right.
but always have a truck ready
Keep
there
moving.
to load. We've had the highways crew come in to try and cut some of the snow away that they pushed off to the side and block people who were on either 250 or 2. Main Street is pretty much cleared up, and Crescent looks pretty good as I drive down it today. But of course, the residential streets, it's going to be a while getting to them, and you know, we thank goodness that people are patient for the most part, and it's just a matter of time. It takes a while to get to all those places.
So are you taking it all out of town to dump it, or?
Yes, we have about 9 or 10 different spots identified for dumping. They were going to fill up the obvious ones first out east of town at the transfer station. There's quite a lot of property on the west side of it that they could dump snow. There's a field south of the cemetery that it belongs to the cemetery committee or board, and it's been opened up for the possibility of maybe dumping there too. I don't know whether they've started using it. We have other spots as well that aren't quite as easy to get to, and so we'll do the easy ones first, and if we have to start hauling to the airport, for instance, or somewhere else, we'll look at that, but hopefully we've got enough areas identified.
Wow, it's just been horrendous, the snow lately, and I imagine, is there threat of flood in the spring?
Well, we're certainly watching that. We're much better protected, obviously, now than we were in 2011. The big worry then was the water plant and the wastewater treatment plant. They are both diked very well now and could be topped up with super sandbags or whatever if the need be, but we're pretty confident that they were built high enough to withstand most things we would experience. 11 was a interesting year in the fact that we got through the snow melt relatively good shape. It was all the rain that came after that made things so much worse.
Exactly.
However, there is similarities. The ground was very wet in the fall. It didn't really freeze hard before it snowed. There's lots of snow, so there's definitely some similarities between the 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So that's the main thing right now. We will be getting more heavily into budgeting programs to decide what streets and sidewalks in town we might be replacing this coming year, as well as roads out in the rural ward. So that's a work in progress till we decide what we can afford to do.
How's that, the little bridge in the park? They were working on the one for the longest time.
Yes, the middle bridge, we call it, has been done. It's a beautiful looking structure. The tenders are out on the replacement for the one everybody calls the Kirkup Bridge over on the east side of the park.
Okay.
And when they will actually start, I don't know. The sooner the better, in order to get it finished by next fall, would be kind of the plan and target. These targets tend to move, but
Sure.
that would be the idea if they can get going this winter.
Sure.
And snow is going to play a little bit of a part in that too. Havoc-wise, just it's going to be moved.
So was it damaged, the Kirkup part?
Yes, yeah. Both of those little bridges were deemed to be not long-term ventures anymore.
Okay.
They needed to be replaced. The middle bridge in particular, it was more ice jammed up and then let go and banged it pretty hard. Kirkup one, I think, is just not very new, so it's just over time it's eroded around the piles and so on. It'll be a little bit wider this time and higher, so a lot of that stuff will go through and won't bother the new one.
The tenders are out for building the new bridge,
the new
replacement
Kirkup,
bridge.
yes.
Is there a design already? Do we
Oh,
know?
yes.
Is it going to be?
It's similar with the same kind of truss system. Yes, we wanted to kind of keep the look and the feel the same if we
Up
could.
a little higher?
But it is higher, and it will come in off the road higher, like from 22 that comes off the Iron Bridge and goes up the town hill. It's gonna be more level rather than dipping down into the valley itself. So hopefully when it's all said and done, we won't have to worry so much about those bridges.
Yes.
Still could have flooding in the park that we can't do a whole lot about. but-
Yes, yeah, it sure takes out that one area in the playground.
Yes, it
When it
seems
comes down
every time there's a lot of moisture that gets hit. Hard to keep grass on it.
Yeah. But I did notice there are plenty of people out there helping each other. I noticed in my neighborhood, people were out helping their neighbors get through the snow. And
Oh, yeah, snow blowers have been
Yeah.
working overtime,
Yeah.
and front end loaders, everybody that's got any of that kind of equipment, I'm sure, are,
yeah, helping
are
people
helping.
out. And
Yeah.
so far, we haven't heard of anything terrible happening, anybody being stuck, you know, beyond.
No, not overnight or anything like that,
Right,
which is critical.
right, yeah.
I think our guys did a really good job of keeping the emergency lanes open, like where doctors live,
Mhm.
to get them to the hospital, for instance, and the parking areas around the business places. They're kind of the priorities.
Mhm.
Then they move to the residential. And the trouble was, they kept coming in fairly good succession.
Oh.
They couldn't get finished what they were doing to go to residential before another blow would come in and they were back
Exactly.
on Main Street and Crescent
Yeah.
again. So
And we're not
it's-
talking a dusting, we're
No,
talking
it's-
significant amounts.
it's a work in progress, and it's
Yeah.
gonna take a few weeks to see
Right.
the end of it yet.
Right.
I don't know whether you've got somebody from the curling club to be interviewed later on. I just would like to brag about the Survivor Bonspiel on their behalf at least. It's a great event. It's a wonderful event. It's been going on for, well, with its present name since 2000, but it ran a couple years before that under a different name, so it's probably into the 20th year or so. All under one roof, 10 sheets ice, 4 in the curling club and 6 on the arena ice. Good meals. If you like to curl or watch curling or just want to come and eat, and it's kind of a community event, those 2 big meals in the hall. And
evening entertainment.
yeah,
usually
evening
as well.
entertainment, a couple of dances,
Mhm.
and sometimes entertainment in the lounge on the Thursday night.
So even if you're not a curler, you can come and watch and take part?
Absolutely. No cost to come and watch the curling, that's for sure.
Exactly. What were the dates of that, our big months?
March 28th, I believe,
Tuesday.
till Sunday the 2nd would be the wrap-up. So that last week of March in
Great.
April.
Great, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good event. This year's theme is Mardi Gras, so anybody who likes
Mardi
to
Gras.
dress up. Last year it was Las Vegas.
Mhm.
And if anybody remembers, Elvis did enter the building
Yeah.
and leave.
Yes.
Thanks to yours truly.
Yes.
But I don't know what I'll do for Mardi Gras, but we're hoping there'll be lots of feathers and whatever else, the sunglasses on a stick, or mask on
Oh,
a
yes,
stick, and
yes,
all that
yes,
kind of
yes.
stuff that you
Mardi Gras.
associate with New Orleans
Yeah,
and Mardi
exactly.
Gras. So it should be fun.
It should be a ton of fun. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, Darryl, and sharing all the events that are coming this year to Souris and Glenwood Municipality.
I
Thank you for your
appreciate
time.
the offer, and probably we'll do this again maybe in the spring, and we can look forward to late summer and fall and on to next winter.
Find out what's coming. Sure,
Sure,
that's
yeah.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Spotlight with Souris is brought to you by WCG Volunteers. I'd like to thank Dean Sherritt, who's our cameraman, Sheila Kirkup, who is our producer, and my name is Laura Simons. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day.